How's it, guys? Just give us a second. So we've had a little bit of technical difficulties. Bavin couldn't be, so all our overlays and setup for a Discord kind of discussion went out the window, just because of service providers. So we have Jaeho and Brandon in the house while we're helping up set with studio and sound, trying to get us up and running. So we've had to kind of shift the stream a little. So give me a second to add our video capture so we can get our webcam involved. And here we go. Okay, cool. Sorry, so we had to really we were working on some cool things, just to kind of give you a view. So we're gonna be doing some discussion. So this was supposed to be Bavin's and our kind of chat and talk, but Bavin can't be with us, so we're gonna have Jaeho, who came top 4, and we basically going to just go through this deck list. Actually, so we've had to update it really quickly, so give me a second to upload it. So this is not Boris Byrne, this is actually Orzhov, Hammertime. So cool. Let me just take, yeah.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
And Okay. Jaeho, right?
Yeah.
Jeho. Kawk. Cool. Yeah. Yo, it's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah. Sorry. So we are gonna give you So Joe, just a background. Joe picked up the Hammertime deck on Saturday. He got a nice meme from us, from me specifically, to um, where are we going? Discussion overlay. Yeah. There we go. Sweet. Updated. And video webcam. Let's bring it up to the top. Sweet. We are back in action now. Sorry, I have to do this live since we were kind of set up for Babin, so bear with me. Sweet. So we are online now. How's it, guys? All the stress. How's it, guys? That's for Jock if he's in chat. And yeah, we are going to be just discussing. So that's the list we were playing. So Jaeho asked Brandon if he could play, and he picked up the deck yesterday. When was it? On
Literally the first time was Friday.
Friday.
Online. That wasn't even in paper. That was online.
Yeah. So you played it online a little bit. So how do you find it? Where did you play online? Did you play on Modo or
X-Mage?
X-Mage? Okay.
Billionaire, dude.
Not a billionaire. So exactly. So in order to test decks and learn them, you don't actually have to play Modo. I don't. I like to play paper. So obviously you guys know that we are trying to play more paper Magic instead of actually. Yeah. Cool. Barabin's just saying sorry. So look here, we understand we've all been in the situation of service delivery in South Africa, and we're trying to obviously not fail on that. So we're still trying to give you a stream today, as we promised, as we kind of got it, and it's just lucky that we had one of the kind of guys who missed actually making it into a qualifying spot for nationals. Are you sad that, or are you?
No.
Like how do you feel about coming fourth out of such a big tournament for you, with everyone?
Yeah.
You beat Jacques on which was pretty intense. Fourth round. Fourth round. Yeah. So you told me about it. There was so I put this list together. So usually you'd see this list going on, traditional white or whites, maybe half silent clearing, half thing, and obviously, I gave Jaeho the deck. He actually made some tweaks himself, taking out 2 timely reinforcements and putting in an earth. Was it?
2 unearths, yeah.
Yeah. What did you feel like you needed unearths there?
To be honest,
because I thought about it. I told Brandon.
You guys actually told me to put it in. I had nothing to do with like the creation of the deck or anything. I just played. It was all Lee and Brandon's ideas.
Yeah, so playing the deck, right? So there's questions I want to ask, because like, when we play, like, there's always experience, and it's really not about. So I know Benji played the deck at an FNM, and he told me, like, dude, you need Shadow Spears. I played it at one of the top deck modern spaces and lost the game.
Came to the same conclusion.
So like, it's a one-off. It's one of those things that you kind of needed to kind of put. We spoke on the egg stream about putting a to that one-offs in the deck. Yeah. So for instance, there's a few. What did you feel? How did you feel the deck played for you? Did you enjoy it?
I think it played out quite well. Yeah, it's a very, very fun deck. I think initially I didn't enjoy it quite as much because I obviously had no idea what I was doing and I was keeping the wrong hands.
Okay, so that meme that I sent you,
the meme that you sent me saved my life. And then I also watched like a video in the morning about or of some other guy playing it, and
that was my personal opinion. My ecologist says plays Luris and still wants one unearth. And I'm like, yeah, it's a greedy one, and I would think about playing one unearth in the sideboard. That was my choice. I was thinking about one unearth just because bolts are just prevalent in the South African meta, and like that for me, it's like you said you missed all the Prowess decks, right? So how did you feel? Like, not six decks out of 27 were
six or seven.
Yeah, six, seven.
Six, yeah, six.
So we had so there were 6 to 7 decks that actually played Prius. You were lucky you missed all of those
Yep.
And
matchups.
you burn, did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, also burn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there was 2 burn lists as well. So that's what? How many lists is that?
8.
8 plus another 2, so 10 lists out of 20 running Bolt. So that's obviously quite a crucial thing for a deck. How often did you feel people were playing creature removal for you to worry about them?
Wow. I guess let's see. The matchups were Crashing Footfalls,
Okay.
which had quite a bit, obviously.
Interaction.
I think,
So was that your loss?
Yes, that was the only loss I had.
So
Yeah.
Force of Vigors were kind of the problem child.
Yeah, there was also, I think he had, it might have been 1 or 2 prismatic commons, which
Okay.
is pretty detrimental to
Yeah,
the
I
deck.
love that. I was playing that in
Yeah.
my list. It actually won me the game 2 against Tians. Basically, allowing me to do 2 damage to his actually I got to do 1 damage with my Fire Eyes, and the Prismatic Command allowed me to wipe the board with an Anger of the Gods, because that crucial 4 versus 3. Everything in your deck is minus under 2 technically.
Yep.
Power. It kind of feels like a weenie deck,
A little bit. And everything's pretty much an artifact as well.
So it's also very fragile. So yeah. How did you feel Urza's Saga? Because everyone talks about it getting banned and it's oppressive, and you played it in probably one of the most oppressive decks right now in terms of being able to find it, to kind of get into that space. Like, so did you find artifact and enchantment removal prevalent, or
I think again the
Force of Vigors?
The Force of Vigors.
But that was one matchup. How about the other matchups? What was your other matchups? You played green white Helioid against Jacques.
Yeah, but he didn't. Unfortunately, I don't think he had any Force of Vigors in his hands in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to check Jacques, but hopefully is coming through on Thursday. I want to get his list so we can talk about how depending too much on Giver slows it down. Yeah, I look. That is obviously a choice, right? Slowing down a deck versus keeping it as explosive as And I think sometimes slowing something down in a South African format, maybe you need to go fast, because Bavin was playing Burn and just destroyed everyone. So he sent me his list. We'll put it up when we get time to kind of sit down. 3 in the sideboard. Yeah, that's also so. These are main deck choices. Anything that you felt shouldn't be main deck so from that list, you've played with Mem Knights, you played with what did you feel was the most powerful card out of it? Sagada's Aid or Steel Shaper? Not Steel Shaper's Gift, Pure Steel Paladin. Because I didn't play any of those.
I think the Sagada's Aid definitely opens up more lines, because obviously playing the equipment's instant speed is.
And equipping it.
And equipping it at instant speed is huge.
Yeah. So understanding the stack really does play to your favor.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. What about because sometimes when I found playing that Hammertime is when you play Sagada's Age, the kind of interaction, if they have removal, it kind of gets a little bit more. What do we want to say? It's just like gets more grindy, and that's kind of where like Luris plays into that. But you told me you didn't even play Luris in that game.
I didn't play Luris in any other in the matches.
So like those 2 unearths were just a waste of gas, basically.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I really sideboarded in the unearths either.
Okay, yeah, I know, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, if you're not taking out Luris, like, well, how grindy is your games? Like, how quick were your games?
They were.
Did you?
Yeah, sorry, we might have had like the closest I came to the round ending was 5 minutes, I think, and everything else ended pretty much.
Which I know that was your first round.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because your hardest matchup, you had to grind through. You got to grind through those things. 3 talking about my board. 3 is mycologist Jacques there? Yeah. So just let me know, because this stream's meant to be more local. So yes, I know we've got all those online personas and we've got all this thing, but the intention is for us to really know everyone, right? Yeah. Know the people, know the names, really get to, and that's why we are using this, just to kind of get through, just diagnosing it. You're also not I would say you got thrown in the hot seat today, like literally. It's like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be online. I need a buddy, and I told you, like, just come in. like I know I built the deck and I gave it to you, so I you know like there's some things that I wanted to kind of iron out. And so what did you feel like you wanted like in that Footfalls matchup, right?
Yeah.
That like that's obviously a deck I play and enjoy, and I know that matchup is disgusting. It's got 4 force of give vigors, like literally got bone crushers and furies. Like you just like you're just seeing red burn and green and like you know instant speed. And so you know, so how did you while Jacques in chat, actually you played against Jacques in the last round, and you both told me about those moments. So it's nice to, because this is why we want to have that reflection. I think let's see if I can actually get us a YouTube kind of what do you call it? A YouTube basically. Just give me a second. I want us to get some. I just want us to be able to get a just a look at the, because it was the last game, right?
I don't think, no, it wasn't the last round. I don't think.
No, it was the last game
game
for you guys, basically.
Last game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was so it was 1-1, and you were, there was a moment where you were thinking about whether Jacques had force of vigors. So he was.
Okay.
Right, and I know Jacques. If that's Jacques, he's like drew 0-0 in round 4 against Jaeho. Yeah.
That was pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
While you're on that, what I wanted in the Crashing Footfalls deck, right, or against the matchup, I don't think there was anything I particularly needed. I think I just misplayed quite a bit. I think in game 2 against the Crashing Footfalls, I won game 1, and in game 2 I lost because I animated the land when I animated I think what Nexus, when I only had that and Urza Saga, and then ended up force of vigoring both of them.
Oh my god, that's
no
backbreaker.
lands.
That's a lesson, eh?
Yep. That's why I was so scared against Jacques when I was playing.
that force of vigor. Let me
so-
see if I can find that video. So I'd actually done a bit of work to snip and get Babin and Enrico's game. That's actually up if you want to watch it on the YouTube channel. It's got the life totals updated. If we do get to do a little bit more online streams, we'll be able to kind of do it in real time. If you want to watch some good paper magic, there's a Twitch stream called Portland Paper. Amazing. Every Mondays they play modern 3 rounds. So if you want a weekly fix of good paper magic with some meta talk and additional information, I strongly suggest. That's really what's inspiring us to share and get this kind of expression going. So do you think you could have won that Footfalls game if you had played better towards the end of the tournament?
I think possibly. That game 2 loss though, I think might have been inevitable because he pitched force of vigor for his force of vigor, and I don't really know how well the game would have panned out if you removed 4 artifacts and enchantments.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that game would have been a definite loss. Game 3, I actually can't really recall what happened, but I think probably if I did play better, it was the first game of the day. I wasn't really.
Yeah, I mean the first round is always like the most crucial round, but sometimes you know like it's the one that gets you into the kind of stride. You know, like you picked up your mistakes, you kind of went through. So I mean, and also early loss is hard to take, right? It's
hard to come back from.
Yeah, because your tiebreakers, just give me a second. I'm just gonna throw this on. So your tiebreakers are a lot more difficult. Our kind of what do you call it? So the tiebreakers are like difficult. You know, you can't kind of go for that winning spot. I know Jacques played at a GP. What's your thoughts on those kind of, you know, those rounds where you know you're like you can't take 2 early losses and expect to finish at the top, right? We haven't played in a GP level, like wouldn't say, you know, like, and that's kind of the culture we want to bring. It's like how do we get as much not the video capture. So you guys can help me here while I so because I want to upgrade the deck, right? To kind of tweak it out to see. So Brandon, you were playing Storm. Let's hear some of that because I threw some spicy stuff for you there.
Yeah, no, I like the build. It's just
I know.
It's not tuned up yet, and Storm's not in the best meta in South Africa. It sucks. actually.
Yeah, but you love playing Storm, right?
I do just enjoy it. It's fun. It's my pet deck.
Wow.
And yeah.
7 straight wins day one.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, at a GP.
Yeah.
At a GP. I remember Jacques was number 1 when I think it was Tien, Savesh, all the guys went through.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's quite, and it was beautiful to also see our guys on stream.
Yeah.
I just need to add I need to add the screen here. Sorry guys, talking to you guys and doing all of these things are not as easy as it looks. I know Crispy made it look super easy yesterday. Look, if you cut in X2, play until you lose 2 matches. Yeah. That's the way. I think I mean the usual GP records are what, 15 and 2 or 15 and 3. I mean we're really small. If we get 8 rounds, we're really lucky.
Yeah. That's also another reason we find it tough overseas is because that's endurance.
Yeah,
15 rounds. It's a lot.
Yeah, you gotta be strong to be making really good decisions.
Well, I don't know if you play 15 rounds in one day. I don't think
you play 8 rounds, 7 rounds, and for 15 rounds, and what is it? Cut to top 8 after that. So you still got to play another 3 rounds to win.
Yeah.
Right. This is not just.
It's a lot of endurance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of endurance to. Okay, no, we don't want that window. Yes. So help me out, guys. Yeah, while keep these guys entertained while we. Yeah. No, it's not about you guys. Just chat about magic.
Oh, chat about magic.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon. So you're right.
Yeah. Yes, you're still.
What did Lee put inside then?
So the suggestion was made to me of Underworld Breach, and I thought that was a great idea. Then we played it on Wednesday at Top Deck. I tried it out. I also ran really badly, but I think that was because I was misplaying.
Yeah.
So I went 0-3, but I still think the deck has a lot of potential. It's just the couple few tunings need to be made, and I just genuinely think there's too many bolts in the meta. Because
there's a lot of remove.
if we're all in your electric to die, it's just pretty much over.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to win from that situation, right?
Okay, so this one goes on a play.
No, thank you.
So let's just see. This is our discussions page. We just want to make this a little smaller.
That was a near storm.
Yeah. So these were all set up. Just make it a little smaller.
And you were telling us earlier about the combo you found with pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah, so Brandon's been playing Storm for quite some time, so so we're just gonna scrub through this just to so this was you and Jacques' match here. Alright, so this was the that was game 1. What does this look like? Game 2?
This was
Thanks, Jacques. Thanks, bro. Look here, I've been working hard to try and get all of these things, so you can see we're gonna once everything's set up, it's a little bit easier. Yeah, so it took a bit of time to get all of this set up. So this is the round 2. This is a draw, hey?
That was game 3 then.
So where were we? It's round 2.
Game 3.
Oh god, it's been a long time since I used this.
VLC.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All the programs came out of the cracks for this one. VLC, getting the programs to fit. So I had to do some changes. You can see this is not fun. So apologies for the guys for sticking around. But you can see the content we want to create is a little bit more technical, and we're not just. We do want to kind of break through. So that's Jacques' match, which I'll go through and edit so that it's a little bit easier for us. Okay, this was the start, right?
Yeah, that looks like game 1.
Okay. So let's see, view, tab. How do I scrub through this thing?
Very slowly.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when we don't have actual videos. So this is game 1,
This is game 1, yeah.
How was game 1 for you?
It was god awful. God awful.
God awful.
Yeah, we had 2 ballistas with the Gavany township.
Okay.
Yeah, you're putting counters on everything. I'm pretty sure I should have scooped a lot earlier.
Okay. Oh, is this why you drew? No, because you should have taken the scooped a bit earlier. You weren't coming.
We didn't draw.
No, they didn't draw.
Yeah. I'm in turn 1.
Oh, right. Oh, nice. Yeah. So this was game 1 that he took.
Yeah, this is game 1.
Yeah, with Ballista.
That's why I was amazed when he told me, because winning 2 games post board was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's so Jacques, any comments on that? Or we can always talk about that on Thursday. I'll also try and get this video up to have all the things. Hopefully there's no infinite life, because that was a crazy thing to edit. I was editing Bavin's one and putting the life totals, and then I'm like, the game's over. I know Enrico will never give up if there's 3 life or 2 life on the board. So I missed something. And then I was like, I scrubbed back and there's a bolt there. I was like, okay, cool. That's what I missed. And 3 life is quite technical. So you're telling me it was just all about, is that Scoos there? No, that was a...
that was spike feeder?
No, that was a...
No, that was
1-1. What one runs you running there? So that just crushed.
Oh, Prosperous Innkeeper maybe?
Yes. Okay.
Oh no, wait.
Yeah, Arbor Elf. Yeah. Arbor Elves with 1. Yes. So you upgrade your Arbor Elves with 1/1 +1/+1 counters there. That's
right. The Gavany Township.
Yeah.
That's right.
So.
So yeah, that game was.
I see you put your Lurus there. Declared it. Nice. First time playing the deck with Lurus and declaring it on point. Right. So you got to be on your.
I remember it, man.
Yeah, you got to know your triggers, right? So this game too. How was this? This was a slow start. Looks like quite a fast start.
I think it was quite an explosive start. It was at the Mem night or the one at Upton? I have no idea.
I think
it's a 0 drop.
He killed a 0 drop, right? Was that not a Mishra's Bauble?
Probably, yeah.
For the draw.
Oh wait, right. It was a Mishra's Bauble.
Come on, guys! I'm not even playing the deck.
Man, I don't remember why it was stressful.
Yeah. You said you were playing on camera, which is quite intense, but I think that also probably brought your A game. Made you play a little bit tighter, a little bit cleaner.
I think honestly, I forgot in between. I was just too focused on the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing Jacques, so it's not an easy game, right? It's a tough game. You got to edge your wins. You got to and Jacques been putting in some reps with the deck, so I'm excited to have Jacques show his Helioid list to triple hammer. Yeah, so let's talk about that.
That was a very interesting decision.
Because you told me about triple hammer, and he was telling me he thought you had a Force of Vigor in hand, and I don't even know what
that was the third game. I think.
That was the third game. So this is game 2, triple hammered on game 2.
Yeah.
What? So you had a choice of going for triple hammer in game 3, and you stepped away from it. So
no, I think.
So let's check it. We can watch it, right? It's right here. So this is why we watch these games, so that we can check in and see. So this is a very slow start. Did you have the removal, or Thoughtseize was for Conclave Mentor? How did Conclave?
I think you had to block it. He didn't want to go down.
Okay, so there was a block. So there was a block. So relatively slow start from Jacques, but modern's been about who starts, who goes first. It's been very, very, very. What's the real question? It's a very tempo space we're in. If you first person on the board.
It's like a heads and tails.
Yeah, I mean when I was editing the video for Burn, that was also very, very. There was a very.
Was whoever's on the play?
Yeah, well, there wasn't very on the play. It's just Enrico's playing is a tempo and just never got onto the board, which Jacques saying, watch the next turn. Let's see.
I think I chose the triple hammer to try force a block
on this here.
Yeah, to force a block on the spike feeder because
you don't want him to combo out.
Yeah, I didn't want to combo out the next turn because if I fetched Pitting Needle, then if you
did you know this combo before the game?
I did.
So you know Helioid combo, so you've played it before, so you knew you had to kind of push that you had to force him to you had to force him to kind of use these creatures, and that's so you're aware of the deck, right? So you wasn't your first time playing the deck. Have you played? What have you played against with it?
I haven't played against it before. I've heard of the deck and I know what the combo does, but I haven't played against it before.
Okay, so you don't even need the experience to kind of you just need the information, good execution. So here, what is this? This is Giver of Ruin, Sagada's Aid, into Stoneforge Mystic, onto Hammer. Yo.
Yeah,
that was turn 2. That was your turn 2, hey? Was a Springleaf drum on that? And there was also Saga. So Saga just came off 3 to drop it on. So it enters, Sagara triggers, put it onto,
That's a stupid turn.
So here you're just distributing your damage. You didn't give 2 craps about Giver.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, cool. I'm just going in for the kill, and then you go and play another Saga. Jeez, I'm sure Jacques was happy there. You know. So Jacques, is this card bannable as a modern player? Do you believe this card is bannable?
I'm assuming that's a yes.
I think I chose Triple Hammer because if I chose Pithing Needle and then he just Force of Vigor Heliod, then I probably would have lost.
Okay.
What else is there?
Yeah.
And then the Shadow Spear could trample through, but it wouldn't deal enough damage.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So you had to give him.
It's not bannable.
Exactly.
Right? Not
Yeah. So what we were talking about is like some people just haven't played with powerful cards, right? Modern is about power, but those are free mana, right? Like the exiling and everything comes at a cost, but it's not really free, right? It's 3 turns. It's like a Mox Opal that fizzles out in a way.
Yeah, you lose your.
Yeah, you do lose it, right? So this deck's probably the only deck that it doesn't sacrifice 2 lands, right? You know, so.
I'm sorry.
Well, look at this is what we kind of have to do, right? So we're gonna shift in stream. Yeah, Jay, no, you can shift into stream. Yeah, so everyone can actually.
The camera's fucking up.
Yeah, yes, so. Yeah, into scoop face. Check if I can Coco into something.
Oh, you did actually. Coco into the double Skyclave upgrade.
What? Oh yeah, and you're talking about Triple Hammer. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. So it is a game. Yeah. So it takes off the creatures. So the equipment is. Yeah, that is quite. That's nice hits. Like so, we probably will talk about that on Thursday. Is. Like playing to that out, right? Like just to, I mean, you're on borrowed time, especially after I think you're probably taking 10 damage. You couldn't take another hit, so it was a easy turn 3. Turn 4, turn 3.
If I remember, he was sitting on 6. And then I had a construct and.
How big was your construct?
I think it was a 4/4.
4/4, so too short, right? So you needed to grow it.
Then I could fetch I'm not sure what I used to fetch it, but I got the Shadow Spear.
Okay.
And then equipped it, and that made it big
+1. So that gave you the 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was a nice math line there. That was on 4, right? Took 20 damage. Yeah. So this is quite, So I mean, Jacques, you basically bought a turn because of that, right? To maybe draw. I mean, were you looking for Force of Vigor at that time? Did you have a green card to pitch? So I mean, this is actually great. Like, I definitely want to have this talk with Jacques because I mean he understood the metagame. He knows this deck because I mean I built it because I wanted it's super strong and I didn't think Orzhov was see. Did you bottom a Force after that Coco? The quick question, because this is also something we have to talk about. Is like so this is one of the we were discussing was to actually bring some of the match losers. Not because we want to highlight that, but actually, when you're on the losing side, that's when you're really fighting, right? That's when you're playing your deck to its best capacity. And I mean that Coco there saved you, gets you a turn. But did it also cost you
It did, cost him a Force of Vigor.
Yeah, you see, yeah. So I mean that's like that's a big choice. Like if, for instance, in Footfalls, which you played against, that Force of Vigor is free, right? You draw those 2 cards off the Prismari command. Yeah, you pitch it, whatever. You pitch your Rhino, which you don't want to cascade. Like so and that like I mean that must have been heartbreaking when you saw that, right? If it was 1 card down, that means if I was patient, I got it, right? I could have Coco'd afterwards. How well are you feeling your deck, right? How did you feel the deck on? Did you feel like the deck gave you everything you wanted for on Saturday? Like were you taking better mulligans towards the end of the day, or were you just enjoying it?
I think I was taking better mulligans towards the end of the day. Game 3, I believe if I hadn't played all the previous games, I would have kept the hand. But I did mulligan, and I think that.
Okay. So what were you looking for when you mulligan? Shadow Spear.
I don't really remember, but the hand was definitely not
keepable.
It wasn't keepable.
Land.
Yeah.
No land or.
No, there was. I think it was like 3 lands, like maybe.
But it just didn't do anything.
Yeah, it just kind of didn't do anything.
So when you see, I mean, Infinite Life Gain is great in South Africa, right? With all the burn, all the thing, even against Khan in a way, you know, it's you can get a chance to kind of come back and you know, apart from exiling, I mean that's Tron, but I think you're a little bit faster than Tron. You got a little bit more. You know. No, from your side, for your side, you had no interaction, but Infinite Life, you're not really worrying about that either, because you've got Implant Nestness as your out to that, which is great, right? Not a lot of people know that, but if that's your out, like now you got to protect that with your life, and like you know now you're playing to a giver to you know, and those are those weird games that you know you hate your deck in that game, right? It is not doing what it wants. You want to be doing with that deck. You have to grind out that, and I think you know, like, you know, how did you find that grind out? So game 3 I misplayed. I was worried about a quick damage. Cast Basilisk to turn 2 instead of going Conclave. Yeah, yo. So I mean, this is. So we'll see this one here. Yeah, Jacques, so you've already watched your content and everything. So we're gonna have a great stream then, right? Because this is like I want you to really give all those Easter eggs while we're watching and going through these things, because that's the content we want to share in South Africa, right? You know, like playing Infinite Life Game, finding the combo fuel. So that I wanna. So if he had played Mentor, does that change it?
You're insulting his memory, man. He remembers his games.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, and look here, you don't need a camera if you've got a good memory, right? You don't need to look here. It's always good to check the nuances, the way people are you know, like, and sometimes you know you have to play the player and not even the cards, right? This sometimes is poker as we get into high stakes where you know you're bluffing a counter spell or holding up 2 mana, like shocking in for take the 2 damage, like you know a little blood on the face, but you're like, come at me, bro, right? Like and that's the counterplay to the higher levels of Magic, right? So this game 3 was where we have that interesting kind of transition we want to talk about. So let's see, we can scrub through a little bit of this. Turn 2 Ballista there. So Sagada's 8. I mean you were scared of a fast start. That's pretty fast. That's a Ornithopter with the Hamna.
Yeah, that was what I mulliganed into.
Yeah,
I'm very happy to see.
So I mean, as much as you saying that you were worried about a fast start, that was a ridiculously fast start on the draw. So
Paradise Mantle, so to kill
I put the one off Paradise Mantle for the mana accelerant. So how was that? You played that?
So I actually won a game because of the Paradise Mantle, because I think I had a land in the Urza Saga, and then obviously the Urza Saga died, but the Paradise Mantle let me keep playing.
Yeah, so that turn 2, so that turn, what's it? It's usually like turn 3, turn 4 when we drop the you know, it's like, what's it? I want to say turn 3, turn 4 is when you the Saga technically falls. Like, but you're also not playing it on turn 3 because you want to play like your 1-drops. How often did you find yourself playing Saga on turn 1 versus playing Saga on turn 2 or turn 3?
On the games on the day, I didn't play Saga turn 1 because I didn't have the Saga into Springleaf into Ornithopter Memnite.
So you because the deck was a little bit bolted, a little bit more white heavy, more for the sideboard, 2 Sanctifying Vex for red burn. It's like how was the Sanctifiers? Actually you didn't play burn, so
I played against them Rakdos Slurus, but
how did that do? So did it was it?
I think game 2 the opponent kept the hand of 1 land and 3 Smash the Smithereens.
Okay.
And then they didn't draw land for like 5 turns in a row, so they scooped.
Oh no,
It's pretty
shame.
unfortunate. So I didn't actually didn't have to play the
Sanctifying
yeah.
Vect. Okay, so it came up in one matchup. So I mean, you said you missed basically 10 burn decks out of all of that. So
Yeah.
so it's, I mean, one in what's it, well, half the field, so 50% almost. Like so 2-3 sideboard slots, definitely something to consider. I know Jacques got Orzhov champions. I'm sure when he sends me his list, Jacques, you can send me your list at any time to just update, and we'll put. So this is kind of for future, just so that you have a reference. This was obviously a little bit of slapstick together after, because a bit of prep had to go into for Bavin and
plan.
our initial plan. But you know, South Africa, we always have to mark a plan, eh? So this is our way of doing it. So this is what we'll have Jacques here get his kind of list in there. What if he wants to, he can also kind of highlight certain kind of unique choices he made. This is the way we want to start to get people thinking. You know, like, oh, we've got these terrible matchups here. Oh, I always have to play against Storm and sometimes because Brandon's around. You know, you know, like these aren't choices that come up in general metagame overseas, but it does come up in SA, and we want our kind of scene to be unique, right? We want to know the people that are playing here. We want to kind of get that camaraderie, you know, test out, you know, so cards, you know, so I had a Nihil Spellbomb and 2 Sanctifying Vex. Would you prefer 2 Spellbombs over Sanctifiers?
I don't think against the field that showed up.
Yeah, I think against the decks that were in the tournament.
But did you?
Time,
but
not.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so would you have, like the tutor up factor of Nihil Spellbomb? Would you have enjoyed like having another additional one of those, or? You know, because did you felt like you could tutor up, or maybe like an extra pithing needle, for instance, so that you had access to 2, right? So just tuning up the slots, and this is where I want to have that, like, wanted that conversation with us, is because obviously it's my deck, and I'm, you know, I want it still to be competitive. So if I do lend out whichever I feel is like don't want to play on the day, it is still something that someone can pick up and enjoy because it's not oppressive, because they have the tools, right? So. Did you feel there was enough graveyard? I mean, graveyard's always there. Yeah. But was there a lot of graveyard that you had to deal with?
Not in my rounds, no, I don't think.
So it was Rakdos, Team of Rhinos, Heliod Company.
Jeskai Control.
Jeskai Control. How was that?
Jeskai Control. I think it was against Savesh, which is a pretty daunting.
Savesh Chetty, also a very good player. He plays Pokemon. I know he plays, but very competitive paper Magic player. Yeah. So, you know, all these guys will probably pop up on stream and make their way into, because this is the competitive guys here. Yeah. So, you know, Jaeho is really new, but I mean, he already knows like the main players. Yeah. He's like, so you didn't play anyone that was soft, if that makes sense, especially when you higher up in the bracket. Yeah. So, Jeskai list, was it playing Snapcasters?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definite. No.
of course it was playing Snapcasters.
Is that just a verification?
No, I gotta check, right? So like, I mean, the local, the Gabriel Nassif lists recently have been of basically using non-blue tap out control style, which hasn't been seen in Modern for a long time. Still very good, but it's like he said, it's very unique for a specific meta. I mean, it's a very specific person that plays control. I love it, but I haven't touched those cards in a long time. It's crazy that I haven't played Counterspell in Modern yet. Ever since it's been legal.
The Storm player hasn't. That says a lot.
But you're a different type of Storm player, right? You weren't playing any Through the Breaches or broken stuff, and now I'm giving you through. So you said you have 2-2 combo in Storm, so it's nice to brew in that way. And I think we as South Africans, I think we want us to be that brew. You know, like we got that little bit of everything, right? And our field is always like a shotgun. Right, so you've got to kind of make maybe some main deck choices. Like, I mean, 50% burn. You can't say you're going to be lucky and dodge it every tournament, right? You can't.
That's never viable. That's
right. Same thing. Like, I mean, how many Tron lists there were? 3, 2? I think it was 2, 3 Tron lists, right?
I remember Benji wasn't playing Tron.
Yeah. No, not E-Tron, but actual Boomertron. as we're starting to move into the realm of Modern Horizons 2, we're starting to call things boomer, and it's like this is how all this format's gotten, and this is how much content we or card pool we've got, and that's I think it was Herman was playing or Harman. Forgive me for messing up the name, but it was amazing to see how he was playing Jund, and he played against Kieran, a friend of ours as well, and amazing to see Jund still come there. I think he 3-2'd. I checked on the results. Just like to see how certain cards do, how certain metas go, and this is maybe a nice breakdown for us to get to. But he had a foil Jund list, like old school gangster, like, and he brings it to the tournament. And you've got your classic turn 1 Botsies into Goif into Lily and go like you're clean, and that's modern, right? If you play that card, that deck well, make sure you make the adjustments to 1 here or 2 there, or like 1 Crocs at this side, 1 Crocs at that side. You want to play more grindy games, and that is the most fairest Magic you can play. And I love fair Magic, but when it comes to competitive, like playing, did it feel like you were doing fair things with Hammertime?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's definitely like there's some fair aspects, but generally
about the deck.
I mean, everything's CMC 2 or less. Let's put that there, right? The power level is at 2 or less.
Yeah,
right.
So Abrupt Decay is so good. You can get completely destroyed. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, Abrupt Decay, we can't hit a land, but I mean, Abrupt Decay, it eats through. Yeah, protection doesn't help it, right? I can stand to be corrected, because protection. This is going to be a rules thing. I'm not 100% sure. We can always test that in chat. But protection, it's like Veil of Summer doesn't counter Abrupt Decay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It can't be counted. Right?
Yeah. So protection. I'm assuming. I know there's different layers of the stack, and we'll probably have to get Finley one day to get us going through all of the. And hopefully, we're gonna try and also get our Saturday modern things with us kind of testing out decks and just getting us to play the reps. We're just using this as a way of trying to introduce the players that have been kind of performing or kind of been performed on camera and see their plays, so that we can have some discussions around our games and understanding that. So, yeah, I think we're almost, it's lockdown. Jaeho and them didn't actually know that they would be doing this tonight, so it was all impromptu. Thanks to our thing. And yeah, so we don't want to keep everyone up, but this was the double hammer turn. Yeah, just before this was the double hammer turn just before we close out. So this was this is our last thing in terms of review. And we just want to kind of close up and go through that. This was game 3. I just want to scrub through faster. Ornithopter, this was a broken start.
That was pretty fair.
Yeah, very fair with 2 white greenies.
If you play Hammertime as well, you can do it.
Yeah. So, and this decision was to pick another hammer or go for the Pithing Needle. And you just went for the kill.
No, I think that was this one.
Yeah.
That was game 2, right?
Yeah, this is your last round for the game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was game 2, not game 3.
Yeah, this one.
To give, so this was to give, thinking about giving.
I think no, it was because I gave Jacques an extra turn.
Okay. When you could have beaten him.
When I could have beaten him before, if I animated the
Inkmoth.
I think it was if I animated the Inkmoth, yeah.
And attacked to the Inkmoth and went for one swing.
But then I was too worried about the Force of Vigors being there, and if I then I go down a land.
The PTSD from the last game.
Yeah, the PTSD from the first game. So if he forced me and I went down a land, I didn't have enough mana to. I think it was to Stoneforge Mystic and fetch the hammer and play it to end the game.
Okay, so you took the safe play, right?
Yes, I took the safe play.
So, and then that's not really bad PTSD. That's just playing well, right?
Yeah.
You learned your mistake. You learn from your mistakes, right? And you made the mistake, and you know if you can play and like give your opponent less outs to winning or blowing you out, that's what you're doing. So that's kind of the round and game we had for Jaeho. We were that we were going to do this another time.
We were supposed to do this on Thursday.
We were supposed to do it on Saturday. Saturday on the weekend. And it just kind of happened. So hopefully we can get Bavin another time without our ESCOM issues. He sent me his list, so at least I'll have a little bit more time to prep the stream and get all the stuff going. I apologize for all the erratic overlays. Just because it literally takes us about like 30 minutes to get everything like in the positions and everything in the right places. And as Jacques pointed out, I'm using a Mac, so much harder, much harder. I can't say I've been using Mac before we had software in South Africa, so I'm an OG in that way. I'm a toppie in that way, and I want to say thanks to all the toppies. You know,
in other words, if anyone wants to sponsor Lee with a proper computer, it's open to the prospect.
Yeah, like and subscribe. But to be honest, we're not looking for computers. We're looking for good content, and we want to.
The good content will come if you have a good computer.
Yeah, but essentially we haven't got damage stacks for the toppies. Yeah, and that's really it. I mean, Benji's a toppie because he's been playing around that area. I'm a lighty by that standard. So
yeah.
So in all, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for Jacques. I will be in contact with you for our stream on Thursday. You must let me know if 8 o'clock's cool. Then guys. This is what we're trying to start up. We're going to get some weekly modern, and any support. This is going to be kind of community driven in the way we want to get people out there recording content for us, getting us deck lists. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Sharks on it. Yes, bro. This is why I like HQ, and I want to say a shout out to Jacques for letting us actually use his Facebook page. You know, in the interest of allowing the community and giving the community a little bit of kind of a springboard. Thank you for letting us get that base, right? And I know you wanted to kind of spearhead of this, and there's always room for us to chat. And we've talked to you about Pauper, so we're going to look at getting some Pauper involved, because that's a nice entry format for people to learn to play the game at a competitive level with really cheap introduction, right? It doesn't have to be, and I know Jacques always roams around with like 8 decks, same thing with Rob. And that's beautiful. So let's see more content, more things, and we'll see you on Thursday.